Okay. Back to Sherlock Holmes.
A free ride for every hotel visitor. Just tell me where to go.
Is everything alright? If you don't feel up to it, I won't tell anyone.
It's just a goodbye, John. It won't be difficult. I've already come to terms with my mother's passing.
So you really don't remember?
To what do you refer?
The funeral. Sherlock, you were distraught. At first, I thought this visit would dredge up those feelings, but you've been remarkably level.
John, I think I was too young to understand. I couldn't fathom why she would leave me.
Perhaps that pain is best left forgotten.
On the contrary, it's why I'm visiting her grave. To remember her.
I thought you wanted to remember, Sherry. Concentrate, and I'm sure it will come back to you.
Okay. Remembering the funeral. John asked if I remember my mother's funeral. I don't, but I can recall something.
Mycroft was adamant that we leave for London immediately after the funeral. He never told me why, but I saw how unsettled he was by the long requiem. The service was sparsely attended. Though my parents were buried separately, the pastor said they're united in heaven. I didn't believe him even then. I wanted to see her one last time before the coffin was interred and say how I loved her. The chance never came. I feel rather faint.
You're fine, you're fine. It's over now. You remembered everything. It will get easier soon. I thought you wanted to remember, Sherry. Concentrate, and I'm sure it will come back to you.
A pocket watch? It seems familiar, John. Why is it here?
I'm gonna turn. Someone lit the candle and left a pocket watch on my mother's grave.
Rest in peace, Violet Holmes. Goodbye, Mother.
Didn't even discover that yet.
This watch was a gift. My mother's initials are engraved on it. The piece is in good condition. It must have been placed here only recently. A candle in a small puddle of wax. It cannot have been lit for more than half an hour.
Is this really how you want to spend this time?
This is my mother's pocket watch, John. Who put it here and why? Are you not in the slightest bit interested?
Alright. So now... and that... Fashionable shoes, brand new. 27
A
between
man in fashionable shoes stood near the
5
tomb.
foot
The
5.
size of the prints suggests he is approximately 5.5 feet tall.
Bike trace. Moved.
You're about to tell me the make and model of tyre, but let me assure you, I do not care.
Well, it was going to be very impressive. Come on then, the trail continues ahead.
We're just gonna follow this way then. Oh. That's not an ordinary bike.
He mustn't be far away to leave it unattended.
A portable easel was kept there. I hope that inspiration strikes upon visiting these beautiful vaults. At the very least, you'll enjoy the view. Yours, Mercurio. The Hospitaller crypts. If memory serves, they're located at the far end of the cemetery around an old tree. It's stained with oil paint.
An artist working in a cemetery? Do you think he'd paint my portrait?
Okay. There's a tree right there. And there's an easel with an artist.
Oh, it's that ridiculous artist from the hotel.
Be nice, Sherry. Make friends.
Mr. Holmes, did you come for another portrait? No, I jest. You gave quite the performance last night. The hotel was abuzz with your name. I must say I was rather absorbed in it all. The fallibility of men. Such scandal.
It was a welcome distraction.
Oh, my manners. I am Werner Vogel, art enthusiast and gallery proprietor.
Mr. Vogel, I was perhaps too curt when last we spoke.
Speak no more of it. Travel takes it out of any man, never mind when this is your destination. Once I learned who you were, the pieces fell into place. Your mother was well liked on Codona in her time here. I was sorry to hear of her passing.
How did you come to possess my mother's pocket watch?
Oh my! It is quite something to witness those powers of deduction firsthand. Yes, I left you her timepiece. After her death, there was an estate sale. All of Cordona's elite picking of her remains. I couldn't let such a lovely thing go to those vultures. When I learned your name, I could no longer keep the watch in good conscience. It is yours by right, and I knew you'd find it here.
Thank you. I'd forgotten all about it, but the moment I saw it, I knew it was hers. Amazing what the young mind forgets and the older can recall. Rather odd, loitering in a cemetery.
I suspect you'll wins, but I'm here for my art. There's beauty everywhere if you look, even in decay. A little darkness brings out the light. Now, a diligent observer might note that you too are loitering in a cemetery. What brings you here? Closure answers penance?
Closure, I suppose.
And what is closure? Mere proximity?
Understanding. Acceptance.
You didn't understand from afar. You had to come here to accept the truth of her death?
Of course I understand. She died of consumption, drowning in her own blood.
Your mother?
Yes, my mother.
I must have been misinformed.
Drowning in her own blood.
Otherwise than consumption.
No, you'd know better than I. I'd heard talk of a police investigation, but Cordona is a notorious gossip. And what does it matter? She's passed on either way.
She has.
Well, I shall intrude no longer. I'll leave you to your closure. Do stop by the gallery if your travels permit. Farewell.
Are you all right, Sherry? Take as long as you need.
Whatever I need, it isn't here. We should explore Cordona. Perhaps there are archives that may shed further light.
The archives at City Hall, Police Station or Cordona Chronicle may hold key information for your case. When investigating a piece of evidence, think about which location is most appropriate to visit. Okay. If there was a police investigation, we would want to go to the police department. Alright. Let me look at the map. Chronicle. Police station. There we go.
Extra! Extra! Look at what you've done! Criminal Luca Gallici, posing as a medium, confesses to the strangulation of a noblewoman. The cheapest news on the island. Thank you.
A fan of the occult got more than she bargained for after a visit to a spiritualist, her own death. Police arrested Luca Galinci, the famous medium, at Pazza de Lusa after he remorsefully confessed to the murder of the noble woman. In an unlikely development, the investigation was initiated not by the police but by another guest at the hotel, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. The investigating officer said that the crime appeared to be the consequence of a theft carried out during Mr. Galici's sentence. Sources tell the Chronicle that Gallici has a acquired past and ought to expect severe consequences for his latest transgression. Okay, this looks like the police station. Now we unlock the fast travel point.
Stark do this, Stark do that. I'm not a clerk, damn it. How am I supposed to get those records now? Yes? What is it? Would you like to report a crime?
No, I wouldn't. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I want to use the police archives.
Wouldn't we all?
I'm serious.
So am I. Officer Logan locked himself inside and he's not letting anyone in.
What happened?
What happened exactly?
A tailoress from Scaladio's been robbed. Logan spent 2 whole days at the shop sketching the thief, and she still insists that it's all wrong. That shrew drove him up the wall, she did.
Why the archives?
Why the archives? Won't that stall everyone's work?
You bet it will. He's looking up all the thieves in Cordona over the past decade. Say one thing for Logan. He's persistent.
Would you mind if I talk to this tailoress? I could get you the sketch in no time.
Get off your high horse, mister. You think you're better than our sketch artist?
Actually, I'm quite certain I am. Let me prove it.
Well, I see no harm in it, as long as it gets Logan out of there. In fact, I need to look up some records too. Here's the address. Good luck.
All right. The Master of Disguise. The police need to get a sketch of the thief who robbed Miss Nini's Aitler. The sketch artist was unable to capture the likeness of the culprit, but my disguise skills may prove more effective. The Aitler is located at the intersection of Knights Road and Trinity Way. This is Knights Road. Oh, right here. Miss Nini.
I'm pleased to meet you, ma'am. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm here to sketch the thief for the police investigation.
Oh, another one. I hope you'll be more patient than the previous sketches, signore.
Can you describe the thief for me?
He was all ugly and beat-up looking. An utter rascal if ever I'd seen one. He gave me a nasty look from behind his glasses and then made himself scarce.
And that's it? Could you be more specific?
He was a total villain, I told you. How much more specific do you want me to be?
All right, never mind.
The height, the color of his hair. He had a beard. What kind of clothes he was wearing.
I suggest we do it differently. You have a great many clothes here, haven't you?
Why, of course, but they're not for sale. I only do tailoring and mending.
No matter. I'll attempt to disguise myself as the thief, and you'll tell me if I get it right.
As you wish, Senor Holmes.
Where can I find the clothes?
They're in my workshop at the back. Be careful, won't you?
Okay. there anything in here we can look at? No.
What can I do for you, Sherlock?
A picture.
Ah, look at this old chap putting on airs like some Italian doge. Why don't you disguise yourself as him instead?
We have a job to do, John.
Oh, come on, at least do him first.
Miss Nini allowed me to use her clothes at a workshop to disguise myself. The thief looked like an utter rascal. He was beaten up and wearing glasses. John suggested that I surprise Miss Nini by impersonating the man in the painting before attempting to disguise myself as the thief. He is an old man with sideburns, wearing a white suit and a top hat. Tried to do that. See what she'll say. Old man, sideburns, white suit, top hat. Wait, how do I do this? Something. Yeah. You'll hit dead ends with your investigations if you don't dress appropriately. Luckily, Sherlock has a penchant of disguise, so visit the wardrobe menu. Oh, okay. That's it. Good. White suit. Oops. Top hat. Did he have glasses? Sideburns. Old makeup. Is that right?
What can I do for you, Sherlock?
Wait a minute. That looks right. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty good. See what she says.
Uncle Giovanni? Oh, signore, you look exactly like my uncle. He's the grandson of the Doge of Venice, you know. I knew you reminded me of someone. You are as alike as two peas. Perhaps you have some royal blood in you, too.
That is flattering, I suppose, but I sincerely doubt it, Mum.
Told you he's a doge. Now that's a deduction.
He's not an actual doge.
If you say so, my lord, the doge.
Something isn't right.
Well, yeah, I know that. Okay, so now... Okay. You have to... Send this. Utter a rascal, beaten up, wearing glasses. This one?
Ah, it's you. I mean, it's him. It's him.
Excellent. Now I can make a sketch and take it to the police.
Yes, please do. That rascal is still on the loose. I hope they are better at catching than sketching.
Before I go, Mum, are you quite certain that you don't have any clothes to sell?
Well, I suppose you can take the police uniform. An officer forgot it here years ago, and I don't have any use for it. If you want to buy clothes, visit the outfitters. You can find them all over Codorna. I hear they even do free rentals now. Let me show you where the nearest one is.
Thank you very much.
Nice. Okay, now I gotta go back. from this. Okay, yeah, here, I took it off.
Hello again, officer. I've spoken to the tailoress and made a sketch of the thief. It was child's play.
No, really? And she didn't give you any trouble?
No, no trouble at all. She was quite tolerable.
Huh. Who would have thought? Hey, Logan, we've got the sketch. Come on out.
Can I use the archives now?
Well, they're generally not accessible to the public, but you really helped us out, so I'll just turn a blind eye.
I appreciate it, officer.
What did you say your name was? Holmes? Come and see me after you're done. I may have a proposition for you, Mr. Holmes.
Child's play, literally. Because we were dressing up. Archive. Police need to get a sketch. Oh. Oh, let me. This. Ten years ago, we were living in Grandson. Documentation? Maybe. All I found in the archive was an empty folder labeled Thusly Case of Violent Holmes, April 9th, 1869, Stonewood Manor, Grand Surrey. There are no documents inside at all. Seems there really was a police investigation, yet all the case files are missing.
John, I just recalled that we were living here on Cordona in a manor. And there was a policeman.
Really? What else do you remember? What happened to our mother?
The memory was vague, a mere flash. I have to find our house.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
I just had a flash memory. A policeman in front of our manor, but what was he doing there? Stonewood Manor must be located in Grand Surrey. I also had a glimpse of a bridge and a church on a hill. Manor must be somewhere nearby.
I'm done with the archives for now. Can I help you with anything else?
As a matter of fact, you can. The thing is, our chief inspector has vanished, as if we weren't undermanned enough as it is.
Wait, what do you mean, vanished?
Gone missing on a case. Shady business, but that's besides the point. See that board? Pending cases are posted there for any available officers to investigate. I would take them myself, except that I've been told to work the reception desk, like some clerk. Yes, we're that short-handed.
I understand your predicament, but what does any of it have to do with me? I may be available, but I'm certainly not an officer.
Oh, don't worry about it. Consider yourself a temporary one-man independent police force. That's a bit of a mouthful. There's just one small, minor basic formality. You'll need to complete our physical training course. Easy.
Well, I'm not one to balk at a spot of exercise. What must I do?
That's the spirit. Sergeant Ermy will show you the ropes. Follow me.
Hmm.
So, you're a newcomer. We must be desperate to ask untrained civilians for help.
You're lucky to have a well-trained civilian with a brand new auto pistol in his arsenal.
An automatic? A bit of a braggart, aren't you?
Are you trying to test me already?
That is why you're here, boy. I need to verify your skills before I can allow you to catch criminals. The first targets are in the next room. You know what to do with them. I'll join you in a while to see the results.
Concentrate, Sherry. You need to hit every target to show the sergeant how we do it.
Aiming activates slow motion and highlights objects you can shoot, but only for a limited time. Mainly reload press. Oh.
Hooray!
Proceed to the next room.
Not the
Meanwhile,
best.
I'll fill out the paperwork.
That pass?
Come on, Sherry. It's just like in childhood.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Steady, Sherry. Steady.
Brent. I know.
And go. My favourite mannequins for attack. Let's strike them ninja style. Aim for where you might take advantage and don't forget
I
the
could do this all
environment.
day.
Please don't, Sherry. We don't have that much time. Our enemies might be stronger than us, but we rely on our wits. Shoot off their armor.
Hooray!
All right, let's move on, Sherry. If you stand here and use your snuff box on them, you can definitely overcome them, Sherry. It's all calculated.
Right. Sherlock can blow his snuff box at nearby enemies to disorient them, pressing RB.
Look at that helmet of his. You won't be able to get the powder past it.
Helpful advice, John. I would never have guessed.
Good job, new boy. Well, I'm almost finished with the paperwork. Let's talk about your results. Well, I must say your results aren't as bad as I feared. Perhaps you're not completely hopeless, but true combat is quite different from shooting stationary targets.
I'll handle it just as easily.
Well, that's what we're going to find out. Now, we'll test you against our men. Your task is to detain them, not to kill them. So don't go shooting anyone in the eye. That goes for in the field as well. Even though you'll be working with the police department, that doesn't mean you have a license to kill. Here, take these. They are blank rounds. So, are you ready?
Always ready.
Then let's get cracking.
Worried?
Not at all. I can hit them all with one shot.
Good luck, Sherry, and remember, the surroundings are your playground.
Murder is cruel and excessive. Try to arrest the enemy instead. Disorient your opponent, get in close, and then press A to arrest them. Follow the cues promptly to immobilize your foe. Oh, we got real people? Oh, shoot.
I'm coming.
I guess I could have used other things. Let's
No
see.
more crime for you until next month.
Around here. I hit it directly, I don't know. Did I get it? Oh, no, I did.
Ow!
Take a rest, my friend.
Time to knock this guy out.
He surrendered.
No more crime for you until next month.
The snuff's ready.
Take him out by the knees. I did a lot better that
That's
time.
enough. You've proved yourself. Congratulations on the arrests. I can't believe you did so well with the close combat.
I did tell you that I'm well trained.
Well, do the same on the street, and you'll be well rewarded for every arrest you make. Here is your certificate. You are now an authorized crime scene consultant. Well, it's now your duty to make this city a safer place. Cordona won't ever forget it. But at the same time, it will never remember. I'll tell Stark all the necessary details about your successful certification. Congratulations.
Now you're a certified crime scene consultant. Congratulations.
Thank you, my friend. Now, shall we head for Stonewood Manor?
Don't know. You have the whole island to investigate. It's all up to you.
Bandit lair has been marked on your map. Press details to open. There is one bandit lair hidden in each district. The lairs usually feature more enemies and harder combinations than there are in the story. Surviving the lair rewards you with money depending on your combat performance. Arresting all enemies in each lair unlocks specific challenges. The challenges are to complicate combat. They can affect health replenishment, remove convenient objects, etc. Unlock the activity and activate as many challenges as you can handle to earn 1 of 5 ranks. Each successful rank grants a bigger coin reward multiplier. You can spend your hard-fought money to buy unique costumes from traders in the city. You cannot skip the combat inside bandit lairs, but you can choose to not engage with them at all. Power. I don't think those go together. Alright, there's a glimpse of a bridge and a church on the hill. Somewhere in Grand Sorry. Go to the circle area. Place my marker. Founders Square.
Do you know anything about this?
I'll help you, sir.
There we go.
You have my full attention.
People say that there's an abandoned manor on LeBlanc Road between Vernet Street and Silent Way. Vernet Street and Silent Way. Blanc Road. Silent Way. Yeah, this looks like it.
Hey, Sherry. There's post here. And it seems as if the letter was delivered recently.
Sherlock, I hope this letter does not reach you, for it would mean you have committed to your absurd flight of fantasy. The past is the past. To expend any more time and energy retrending one's steps is at best childish indulgence and at worst pathological weakness. Consumption is an ugly end, and you were better off for not witnessing it despite all your protestations. His brother. Yeah. My brother's Minecraft. One presumes by now you have visited your mother's final resting place. I trust this has satisfied your impetuous impulse and frees you to return to London at once. It is time to turn your back on what was and help to shape what could be. The nation needs you. Huh. So he doesn't
After
want...
reading that, I am even less eager to return home than before. Let's investigate our manor.
That's the Mycroft I know. Predictable.
He doesn't want us to be here.
There she is. Our old manor. It's smaller than I remember.
You were a couple of feet shorter back then, Sherry. Or maybe it's bigger on the inside.
There's somebody over there? Oh, mannequin.
I did not expect these to still be here. It was enjoyable to practice using real handcuffs to make an arrest. An irreplaceable tool for catching a thief.
Oh, they were playing.
And this must be the reason our suspect was apprehended. Wood and glass, oh, very precious.
Hey, that's Wooden Joe. He was always the best at playing criminals.
So nice to bump into an old friend, Wooden Joe. He was glad to see Sherry and me. I think he's a man of few words, to be honest. His life here since we left wasn't particularly interesting. Still, Sherry was cheered by the recollection of good old days, refining our method of arresting people. Joe was the best at playing criminals, especially thieves, and I was always amazed by his patience. That said, given we used real handcuffs, I suppose he had no choice. Yeah, we read that up. I always thought my mother died. Mother had tuberculosis. Minecraft said it was what killed her. Oh, so he said that. Interesting.
Look at the ash all over the door. I don't recall hearing of a fire.
We don't have to stay here. You can afford another night or two at the hotel.
It's stuck.
Oh well, let's just head back. They probably haven't even stripped our room yet.
Come on. Must be locked.
Move aside. Let me have a go. Seems fine to me, Sherry. This barrier, perhaps it's mental, not physical.
Or perhaps the rest of us are simply constrained by reality, John. I wonder if there's a key secreted somewhere in the garden.
Try to recall that memory about the policeman, Sherry. Concentrate.
Remembering my past. John suggested that I try to remember a full story about the policeman in front of the manor. Well, he said something about in the garden. If there's anything. Not much of a garden. Keep forgetting that. This. Oh, nothing.
Why does this barn give me such an unpleasant feeling?
Oh, I know. It's because Mycroft used an axe to shoo you out of here. It scarred you for life, but I enjoyed it.
So mean. Alright, let's see what we got here. Thought there was a...
The policeman brought us both home, John. That's why he was here.
I'm pretty sure he brought something else with him too. Do you remember what it was? I bet it was our reward.
No, we were not so lucky.
Pointed.
It was a set of lockpicks that we had used to sneak into someone's house. That's why we were arrested.
Did someone come out to investigate all the commotion?
By Minecraft.
It was Mycroft. He smoothed things over and convinced the policeman not to press charges. The officer left and never returned. But we had to endure a serious talking to from my brother. Mycroft wasn't happy about the fact that we were arrested. It felt like he lectured us for hours.
Did we give him something afterwards, Sherry?
Paper secret
Oh,
assignment?
Yes. Yes, now I remember. It was a letter. That's why we snuck into the house. Mycroft asked us to. He wasn't angry we stole, but that we got caught.
Ah, that's right. It must have been only a couple of months after we moved to Cordona. Ugh, the good old days. Whoa.
How very odd. It appears that memory stood between me and the manor. It's as if my mind palace had seeped into the real world. This deserves further investigation. Perhaps there's more to discover inside.
As long as there is a comfortable place to put my feet up, I'll be happy. Maybe a chaise longue.
Aha! In we go.
Home sweet home, Sherry.
Mycroft's umbrella, the only outgoing thing in his wardrobe. One of the first things I saw when entering this house as a child. It's like déjà vu.
Auction notification. We have been instructed that a public auction will take place on the 20th July at Stonewood Manor. All lots have been selected from the finest pieces of property owned by the Holmes family, and we have been evaluated by experts. Their authenticity is confirmed.
And I was wondering why it's so empty in here.
There may be a small chance that some of our property could be found among local traders' wares. It is worth a look, wouldn't you say?
Oh, there's still furniture here.
Mycroft's umbrella, the only outgoing thing in his wardrobe.
Find furniture traders across the island to acquire items for your manor. Their stock updates frequently, so keep an eye on the map for notifications of new deliveries.
Hey, this is the luggage we brought from London, isn't it?
Another memory incoming, Sherry.
Strange. I struggle to recall anything about the day we moved in. The only detail I'm sure of is that it was raining early that morning.
Oh.
Our mother brought a slew of belongings with her. She refused to leave a single thing in London. Mycroft had to spend the whole day dealing with it. There was always a hat on our stand, but I'm sure it did not belong to Mycroft. This trip was a challenge for our mother. I tried to help her.
Do you feel it? Is it the air shimmering, or is it my imagination?
Oh, Mind Palace. Okay, so Minecraft was dealing with this stuff. Is that him? He helped his mother. And an old man. Huh. Is that it?
Your neighbors will be told that Mrs. Holmes is suffering from tuberculosis. It is common to move closer to the sea in such cases.
You a doctor?
Dr. Richter.
Yeah.
No, Sherlock, step away from her. Upstairs. Go to your room.
Lean on me, Mother. Take your time.
Actually, I never heard her coughing. I remember now.
We arrived in the early morning of a rainy day. Jerry's mother was weak and unsteady, so he tried to help her. Mycroft was very serious while dealing with luggage. When he saw Sherlock trying to help his mother up, he commanded him to go upstairs to our room. The last person to arrive was the doctor, Odo Richter, who said that the neighbors will believe that Violet has tuberculosis. Jerry just realized that he never heard her coughing. So she didn't have tuberculosis? Yeah, I'm locked in
I
another
feel
room.
dizzy. It's stuffy in here, isn't it?
John, are you all right?
I'll be okay in a minute. How about we find our room in the meantime?
I don't know where that was. The store, sorry. The red door. Oh, tragedy at Stonewood Manor. Miss Violet Holmes, widow of Sigurd Moreland Holmes, died unexpectedly in her home yesterday, April 9th, 1869. She is survived by her two sons, aged 20 and 10, though it is unclear if they will remain in Stonewood Manor. Miss Holmes purchased the property only a year ago. Despite her feeble constitution of body, so ravaged by consumption, Miss Holmes was quickly welcomed into Codorno's elite in her high vocation she had, in addition to the deep institutions of gifted woman, the strength of a man, the consciousness of a saint, and the wit of a satirist. A specialist in ancient objects, she became the authority on authenticity. Police conducted an investigation upon arrival at the manor, but have not released further details. The cause of death is unknown.
Something did happen that day, but no one can tell us the details. How can that be?
Agreed. It's rather suspicious.
What if we can find the investigator that was investigating the case? Maybe that's the one that went missing.
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
Nothing in this room? Looks like it's the back door. Okay. I know we can't go in here.
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
The door looks closed. There'll be something in here. No? There we go.
This book, where I kept my collection of coins, it used to be bigger.
Little brother, you claimed you were bored and wanted to play a game. Well, I've created one that should hold your attention, as well as teach you a thing or two about the world. I borrowed some of your precious coin collection and have hidden each one in a discreet place around the island. You will have noticed the symbol drawn on this letter and the attached map. Your mission is to search the marked locations for the same symbol. Near each, you will find a metal tube that contains a hint to help you recover one of your coins. If you are able to retrieve them all, come to me and tell me what you have learned. I am eager to see how fast you can solve my little puzzles. Minecraft.
Oh, no. We won't let this stand, right, Sherry? I want to find my coins.
It's going to be difficult. The sands of time, you know? Some things may have changed, but you're right. We can't let Mycroft win.
Minecraft hid a part of my collection of unique coins around the island. This collection was started by my father and later expanded by me. My brother claimed that searching for them would be an experience both educational and fun. Unfortunately, I only managed to find a few of them before leaving Cordona for good. And the remaining coins are still scattered around the island. Now I remember how angry I was about that. Minecraft left a map with marked locations at each location. He had a clue with further directions. To find a clue, we should look for the same symbol as drawn on this letter. Okay.
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
Must be that door then. It's not red. Brown. opened to me after I recalled the memory of the plan in full. But my childhood. Spent my childhood in Stonewood Manor, and am starting to remember flashes of my time here. The house is now abandoned, but restoring the rooms to how they were may bring the memories back to life. My mind palace seems to have seeped into the real world and is preventing access to some rooms. I think I'll be able to get inside if I can remember more. John proposed that we find our bedroom. I think it was somewhere upstairs. These are just what we have memories of we just found. Coin collection. And buying stuff. No tuberculosis. No? There we go. Minecraft lied. Minecraft hid the truth about the death of her mother and lied when he told me that she died of tuberculosis. Okay, so we actually have finally something to put on there. Okay, so this must be the bedroom.
Look at this. It's like traveling 10 years into the past with a single step. Oddly satisfying.
Dusty. This.
I'll never forget how challenging it was to obtain this simple sketch. Oh, these must be the notes of my earliest observations. We wanted to locate a particular dog we'd spotted, and we met it, didn't we? Need to repeat this one day, but with bullets.
Can I? I can.
Coal dust from Miner's End, sandy dirt from the old city. We scoured the island top to bottom for these soil samples.
Cannot believe all my toys are still here.
Hey, they were not just yours, they were half mine too.
You're an imaginary friend.
An artifact from Palau carved out of bone and claimed to be 300 years old. My mother proved it was a fake. My very favorite plaything. It was the perfect pirate treasure. The first chemical laboratory I ever made. I almost miss its elegant simplicity. A magnificent tool made for a spurious purpose, staring into the sky. I've definitely found a better use for it.
You mean for spying on people?
Why, of course.
Interesting. What's that over there?
Like a doorknob.
This doorknob has a cross-shaped end. Too intricate to be merely a handle.
You know what? That definitely looks like a key. Let's poke around and see if we can find any secrets.
The only fiction book on my table. I can still hear my mother reading it to me. So many pleasant evenings were spent here with the Encyclopedia Americana.
Okay. We got this doorknob thing. Trying to remember that we had a hidden treasure somewhere in our room. He dares me to find it. I guess he wouldn't hit. Oh, what's this?
Look at this, John. Remember how desperately I wanted to learn the violin? I never had a proper opportunity.
Such a shame. I always hated the rule about being silent in this place. Nah, doesn't fit here.
Hmm.
Perfect match.
A pipe? Yes.
Still has a faint odor of tobacco, one of the few things on this island that smell like home. Made of cherry wood, father's favorite.
Must have been his dad's. The pipe of Sherlock Holmes, a small, straight smoking pipe made of cherry wood that belonged to Sherry's late father, Sherlock Holmes. We had to hide it from Violet, as she didn't know we stole it from his cabinet in London. The wood is old, its surface is worn from frequent use, but it had been well maintained. A faint sense of tobacco lingers. Sherlock has taken his father's pipe with him. I sense it carries considerable sentimental value.
My small archive of crime clippings. Maybe I should pick up this habit again.
I knew you'd find it in no time.
I found the item and won the game. Okay.
Oh, it reminds me of our neighbour. He had the same balloon in his yard, only bigger. Do you remember?
Yes, we visited him several times while living here.
And Mine Palace. Friendly neighbor on the island that was friends with my family. While there are no records about my mother's death, we had a family friend on Cordona. He might know something. There are no records about my mother's death, but I do recall an old family friend we had in Cordona, an eccentric man named Theodore Gilden. He was missing a little finger on his right hand, and if he still lives here, he may be able to shed some light on her passing. He used to live in one of the neighboring houses near the Greek bridge, and he had a gas balloon in his yard.
Wasn't that neighbour missing a finger?
That does sound vaguely familiar. Wasn't his name, Theodore? Theodore Gilden, perhaps?
It's the perfect time to investigate.
So I guess we have to find... Lived in a house near the Greek bridge with a gas air balloon in the yard. Well, there's the bridge. There. In there. What happened here?
That wretch Goliath would murder us all. Mark my words.
Goliath.